that time I wasn't feeling well myself. So I was a sick person taking care of a little sick human being. It was tough. It was tough. I remember there's a day my husband came visiting. Nilimuona tu nikaanza kulia. I broke down and started crying just looking at him. Hey guys, welcome back to Ronji Health Tips. This is your girl Ronji, and as usual, it always excites me. I'm always looking forward to when I'll shoot my next episode, okay? And so today, we are on one of those story time with Ronjis, which airs every Friday. Thank you for joining us today. I just want to share this story that, happened some time back. I think it's been a year since it happened. Or was it during Corona? Guys, there's a lot going on. My memory is not the kind of memory you want to feed with important stuff to be recalled later, okay? I'm the right person to tell a gossip because probably I won't remember it the next day. But one thing I refuse to do is to get torture when trying to find sleep. This is sweet chamomile tea, okay? I love taking it because by the time you reach to the bed, by the time you go to sleep, it soothes you to sleep. It has some urgency in it that, unashtukia tu umelala and you sleep well like a baby, you wake up a happy woman or a happy man. Those other ways, I refuse the temptation to talk about those other ways that can soothe you to sleep. But whatever works for you, hey, bora upate usingizi. It's very important for your health, okay? Now, there's this evening, nimeingia kwa matatu. It was a bit late. It was on a Friday. And I already told you guys, ninapenda matatu yenye haina kelele. Minimum noise or no noise at all. I don't care about the seats. Hata kama viti zimezeeka, zinaenda zikisquawk, I'll be on that matatu as long as it's quiet, okay? Because of two reasons. I don't like loud music, and most of the music they play in those matatus are not my kind of music, okay? And I'm always carrying my earphone because on my way home, either I'm editing a video or I'm listening to my kind of music, okay? And so I would go for that old matatu and just have my own peace of mind. Alright, so this particular day, I entered the matatu, chose a seat by the window. I've already told you guys I don't sit anywhere else in the matatu other than the window side. There are so many reasons for that, okay? Somebody came and sat next to me. And soon, the bus was filled up and we were leaving town, okay? And shortly after the bus had left the stage and we were on our way home, my neighbor went like this towards my direction. And at first I thought, I hope you're not sleeping on my shoulder. We've just begun the journey. Hata tujatoka tao bado ndio tumetoka tu kwa shimo ya mat. And you're already leaning on my shoulder to sleep. Tutafika penye tunaenda kweli. So my first instinct was like, okay, I thought let me shake myself a bit, you just shake yourself a bit ndio ashtuke, amke, alalie kiti yake. So I did that. Nikaona ameshtuka kidogo akakaa vizuri kwa kiti yake. So I said, okay, that worked. Let's continue going. Kabla tufike Mudhurwa, because my route goes through Jogoo Road. Kabla tufike Mudhurwa, again, he leaned on my shoulder. And at looking at him, he was asleep, like amelala kabisa. Then I thought, what do I do? Should I again shake myself? Because it's not even been 5 minutes since I shook myself to wake him up off my shoulders. Should I do it again? Well, as I'm thinking, the Christianity in me is also, kicking. And I'm starting to think, maybe this person has had a very difficult day. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe they've even lost somebody. I'm that kind of person who goes far in thinking. Okay? Apparently about other people's issues. And so I'm thinking by myself, I'm thinking, maybe you should let him be. Let him rest. After all, it's a journey that's going to take us 30, 40 minutes maximum. Acha kumbother. Maybe he's been through a lot. Another mind tells me, no. This person has probably had something to drink, an alcohol. And if you let him continue resting on your shoulder, you know what can happen when people have taken that kind of drink, okay? Anyway, as I'm thinking this, I said, okay, let me find out, okay? Let me find out so that I can decide what to do. So this time round, I didn't shake myself. I decided to tap him on the shoulder hapo penye alikuwa amenilalia. I tapped him. At first hakuamka, so he was deep asleep, so I had to tap him harder, and he woke up and he was like, oh, sorry madam, sorry. Akasonga kabisa towards the aisle, at the edge of his seat ndio asinilalie tena. And then I couldn't smell alcohol on him, so I went back to my first thought. I said, what's wrong with this man? Has he had a difficult day? What kind of day has he had? Let me just put it out here very clearly. I'm not that kind of person who goes asking people the kind of day they've had. No. Nikiingia kwa matatu nataka tu hata mimi nisikize ngoma, because I've also had my kind of day, na ninangoja tu nifike kwa nyumba nitoe viatu, nitoe, women will understand this, okay? Nitoe kila kitu, nikwe free, nipumzike. But this evening something prompted me. So I said, are you okay? He said, I am. Well, I may be. And so I paused. And he said, I'm just tired. Na hata si kuchoka physically. Nasikia tu akili imechoka. And then, I thought, okay, he's probably going through something. So to encourage him, mimi nikamwambia, yeah, in fact, hiyo uchosha sana hata kuliko ya mwili. Which is true. When you are mentally overwhelmed, let me tell you, that puts you down than when you are physically overwhelmed. Okay? Those people who have experienced it, you can concur with me. So he continued talking. He said, the whole of these weeks, sijalala, so niko na usingizi mingi. I've been up and down. He talked about how tired he is, how it's overwhelming for him because he's alone with the kids in the house. The wife is admitted at a hospital and he has to work at the same time. From our conversation, I realized that sometimes caregivers need to be checked onto. And I'm not talking about professional caregivers. Those are trained well on what to do. Those know their jobs, and most of the time they are not, emotionally attached to the patient. There's very little I could do that evening in terms of helping him out, but just hearing him meant something to him. In fact, I remember by the time we were lighting, na alishuka mbele yangu, alishuka kwa stage, I think 2 stages earlier than my stage. Aliniambia, thank you so much, madam, nimefurahi kuongea na wewe. Nikamwambia karibu, na I'll remember you in my prayers. It's the least I could do, okay? Are we checking on people who are overwhelmed, taking care of other people who depend on them fully for care, for medication, for hygiene, everything? Are we doing our best? Are we doing our part as a society? Are we supporting them? Are we checking on them? Have you been in that situation whereby you are a caregiver and you feel overwhelmed? It happens. But as you go through those situations, you need to be checked upon. You need somebody to reach out and ask how you're doing. You need somebody to encourage you. It's not easy taking care of the sick, because you're not just taking care of them physically, you are taking care of them emotionally. And sometimes you're also worried about their sickness, okay? And some patients are not very easy to deal with. We are not blaming them. They can be overwhelmed also as patients. I've been in that situation before. I remember when I got my last baby, or is it not last? These things you never know. Let's say my acting last baby. I was admitted at the hospital for 10 days because, the baby was not well and she had to be taken care of. And at that time, I wasn't feeling well myself. So I was a sick person taking care of a little sick human being. It was tough. I remember there's a day my husband came visiting. Nilimuona tu nikaanza kulia. I broke down and started crying just looking at him. And that got him shocked because he knew the baby is at the newborn unit, and seeing me crying like that without saying a word, what went into his mind is the worst. He thought maybe the baby has passed on, which was not the case. But it scared him looking at me standing there crying, sobbing. Ile kulia yenye hajaiona. And so he, he hugged me and asked me, Han, nini imefanyika? Mtoto ako sawa? Najua karibu tu aulize amekufa, ni vile aliogopa. So he was coming around it from a distance. And then I thought, oh my goodness, This crying makes him think that the baby is normal. And to us, that is a sensitive thing because we've been through that with him before. And I had to stop crying very fast. I said, no, it's okay, mtoto ako sawa, naendelea vizuri, si mtoto. And then he was puzzled, like, if the baby is okay, then what is all this? Why are you crying? But now looking back, I think I was very overwhelmed at that point because I was sick and I was caregiving and I was taking care of a very small baby with all these thoughts in my mind that anything can happen, especially if you've been through that before. It crosses your mind every now and then. And so that alone can overwhelm you. That alone can be, the thing to put you down, and you need support. Okay? You need support. You need support mentally. You need people to talk to you. You need people to encourage you. You need people to assure you that you are doing the best. And above all, you need a shoulder to lean on. And if that shoulder to lean on will be the one in the matatu, don't mind. Let them lean on, okay? This is all to say we can do better as a society. We can, help somebody get help through their situations, especially if they're giving care to the little ones. You want to be there for them. If you are taking care of a sick person, you are a caregiver, you are, it's your baby, it's your parent, it's your sibling, it's your spouse, it's somebody close to you. We are sending you a lot of hugs. We are sending you love and support over here. If you'd like to reach us for more support, just a verbal conversation to check on you and your patient, how they are doing, we are there for you. Okay? The entire weekend, I'm gonna leave my number on the comment section so that you can reach out to us and just share what it is you are going through. We hope your patient feels better. We hope you have enough strength to go through caregiving until your patient feels better. Now I have to finish my cup of chamomile tea ndio nikifika nyumbani ni kulala. Yep. I want to sleep. I want to enjoy sleep. So that I can wake up with energy to take care of other people who depend on me, okay? So it's been a blessing, it's been a pleasure, and until we meet again on another episode, God bless you.